Welcome back to Batcast 66. It's a podcast where we watch every episode of Batman from 1966. Yeah. Today we're talking about episode 24, Give Him the Axe. It's the second part of the third Riddler story. Yeah, and we're about to see Batman and Robin be boiled alive in a vat of molten wax or something.
Yeah, yeah. The Riddler's going to give them as statues to the wax museum, and we're going to pay dividends because he stole the Batman one. It's like I'll give him one of Robin. So apparently, when you boil wax, it gives off a lot of noxious fumes because it forces our villains to run away and watch them from like a candle periscope underneath the factory for some reason.
Yeah, what a weird thing for this factory to have. I wonder if that was like installed after the bad guys moved in.
That was always there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't work at a candle factory. I don't know how it
I mean, they needed an excuse
works.
for the villains to get away so Batman and Robin could escape.
Yes. So while the villains are watching through this periscope, Moth gets a turn and just is keeps talking about how handsome Batman is.
Yeah. And then
Um,
Riddler says something like, control your emotions. And I wrote in my notes, this is the last guy you should be giving that, like, getting that advice from. Because he's just like so manic and unhinged and like laughing and I don't know. He's like, he's got like no like filter on like his ego and id. Like,
I I feel like the Joker, oh god damn it, I did it again. The
yeah,
Riddler
yeah,
just should just kill her.
yeah,
Like, not that I want that to happen to her. I think she's cool and like would love to just see her come back as her own villain.
yeah. Maybe she becomes Killer Moth.
Whoa, that would be so sick.
Yeah, I don't think Killer Moth existed in the comics yet.
Uh, but yeah, I mean, I guess like the only like person who betrayed their like guest supervillain was Blaze.
Yeah, with false face.
Yeah, but just like
Well, like Joker did try to kill what's her name, the classmate Dick
Susie.
Grayson. Yeah, in that one episode, gave her
How
what
do I
like poison
remember all
perfume or
these?
something. And just like, oh, that's too bad, but whatever. I'm a super villain like monster, so.
Yeah, I just think it's
And Catwoman was going to kill her guys too, so she could take all the treasure herself.
yeah, it's just I don't know. I feel like once they fall under the sexy Batman spell,
That bat allure,
yeah, they're ruined. I mean,
yeah,
like,
they're a liability. Yeah,
yeah, they're gonna fuck up your shit.
yeah,
Uh, I guess that doesn't really happen to Moth though, so maybe I'm the one jumping the gun. But
yeah. Maybe you're the one that's sexist.
yeah, I guess so. But I was just like, ah, shit, I can see it now. Moth is
I
gonna
know.
betray Riddler.
Yeah,
Uh, Batman notices these barrels of explosive chemicals just hanging.
yeah. So the barrels have like the chemical compound like on printed on the front of them, and like it's sort of turned to the side so he can't see the end, but like he deduces that that's what it is, and of course he's right.
Of course, he's Batman.
Yeah,
So he uses his belt buckle to
it's
like,
super reflective.
yeah, it's so reflective that he bounces sunlight off of the belt buckle.
Yeah, to heat it up to blow themselves free. Like,
Yeah. So there's a huge explosion.
I mean, I kind of like this better than like bulletproof rubber soles on their shoes.
Oh, way better than
Yeah,
Bulletproof. I hate that.
yeah, I
Uh
don't I don't hate that. It's definitely fits. I don't hate it in the context of this series. If that happened in the comics now, I'd be like, that's so stupid.
yeah, well, yeah, they're blown free, but they lie still. So without checking their pulse or anything,
Yeah.
Riddler celebrates their deaths.
Yeah.
I feel like he says another poem here
Hmm.
because he was spouting some poetry last episode. Uh so the gang is all set to like continue on with the plan, get this treasure. And before they go, the Riddler's like, all right, wait 1 second. I have to call Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
And the gang like calls him out. They're like, why? Why do you have to call
He has to
Commissioner
leave.
Gordon?
He's got to leave a riddle.
Yeah. And I thought that was so interesting that
Yeah, I thought that was cool that they did that. Yeah.
they're just like, yo, dude, you know you don't have to call him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just can't help himself. The gang leaves. They leave the Batmobile there because it stands out too much in traffic, so they'll
I
just drive the regular getaway car.
I mean that makes sense. The other one's like a white van.
Yeah.
So the riddle he leaves the commissioner is what has four legs, runs day and night, and never gets anywhere.
Did you get this one?
I thought it was going to be like some sort of racetrack or something, like legs of a like as in like leg of a race.
Ah.
But no, it's like lion fountains, but because the fountains are the water's off because of a drought. And they're like, oh, there must be the museum. And I was like, well, eventually they do figure it out. Because Batman and Robin are fine, we discover.
Yeah, so they leave.
Yeah.
The gang leaves, and Batman and Robin immediately stand up. They're like, all right, that worked.
Yeah. So they go to the Batmobile, which is conveniently there. They
Yes.
call Commissioner Gordon on the the bat phone that's in the car. That's when they find out the riddle, and Robin figures it out.
So before they call Gordon, I forget the exact like setup for this joke.
Yeah.
Robin's like, boy, howdy, Batman. Like, how do you do it? How do you get us out of these jams every time?
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, well, we don't have time to go into it.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no time, Robin. Yeah.
So good.
So yeah, so they get to the museum then because they're like, that must be where he's going. Because now that they know about like he's going for like some Incan treasure, you know. Of course there's a display, like the museum has that. Um what did you think of this thing? Because Batman and Robin need to split up. Because Batman can't fit like through the window of the museum.
Oh, yeah. Well, so I will say before that happens,
Yeah.
we cut to the gang inside.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, this is a cool scene I did want to talk about too.
Yeah, we get this funny bit where like one of the goons is just like they're looking for this Incan king's sarcophagus,
Yeah,
and one of the goons is just like, gee whiz, boss, I don't even know what an esophagus looks like,
yeah,
instead of sarcophagus.
yeah. Esophagus is part of your throat.
Yes.
Mhm.
Uh and then we see like Riddler talking to Moth about these like medieval torture devices that are around.
Yeah,
And he's like really getting off on it.
yeah. I was gonna say he's got like the biggest boner for these things.
Yeah. And like that fits with like how fucking creepy this Riddler is.
Yeah, I, I'm sure it's intentional, but I'm very off put by this Riddler. He's so creepy and weird and like unhinged, and I'm like, I don't like watching him. I would want to be around him. Like, now, I'm not saying Frank Gorshin is creepy weird and I don't want to be around him. He's doing a very good job giving me that feeling. I'm sure that's what they're going for.
Oh yeah. He just comes across as a very dangerous man.
Yeah, which is good because he's a supervillain. They're more powerful than regular villains. So
Have you ever seen Blue Velvet?
I think I did. It was a long time ago. I wouldn't be able to remember much about it.
So the villain in the movie, who's his name is also Frank, which is funny. But like they have like the same energy. God, why can't I think of the actor's name? It's played by the guy who plays uh King Koopa in the Mario movie. The
Dennis Hopper.
Dennis Hopper, that's it. Um
Yeah,
yeah,
I haven't seen this movie. I'm looking at notes because I know you're into it because it's a David Lynch jaunt.
yes. I think it's great. It's intense though, so lots of trigger warnings.
I mean, it's got a lot of his regulars in it, like Kyle MacLachlan, Laura Dern. So I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
it's a
one of
bit
his
more. How is it compared to like other David Lynch stuff? Is it more accessible?
yes, it's probably, I think it's, with the exception of the Disney movie he directed, I'd
Yeah.
say this is the most accessible David Lynch movie.
Okay. I
This
mean,
and Wild at Heart are like pretty straightforward.
okay.
I say give it a watch, but just be prepared.
All right. I know that going into it. I'm kind of curious now. See
It's
someone else
about,
with
it's
the
like, it's very dark. That's like the theme, like light
yeah.
and darkness.
Yeah, so I haven't seen this. I think I was thinking a different movie that has like blue. It's blue something.
Anyway, Dennis Hopper would have made a great Batman 66 villain.
I mean, from what I know of him from the Super Mario Brothers movie in 1993, I would agree with that too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. King Koopa and Frank have very, like, Adam West would have like clashed with both of those bad guys pretty well.
That's cool though.
Yeah,
Well, I guess now everyone knows you're a David Lynch fan.
they know this about me.
Yeah,
I don't hide it at all.
yeah.
But yeah, as you
Yeah,
were saying, oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
we're going through all the torture devices. There's the rack, the thing that stretches you out. There's that torture bathtub you get locked into. I can't remember what it's called. There's the wheel, you get on it, you get spun. There's that head iron like mask, like head thing that you get like you lock your head into.
Yeah,
There's the stocks, the classic stocks.
yeah. Very important that they specifically called attention to each and every one of
Yeah,
these.
I was like, oh, there's more than and more of these than there are supervillains. So I was like, maybe they won't all get stuck on these.
But yeah, like you had said earlier, Batman and Robin arrive and split up.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool to
I thought
see
it was
them.
awesome. Yeah, like we get a solo Robin adventure here, and I got really excited. Like, so he's doing the bat rope thing by himself, but he's talking to Batman through like a radio. So we still get one of those scenes. We haven't had one of those in a while.
Yeah,
Which
I
I
love a
like
bat
those.
climb.
Yeah, I like those too. But then Robin's in there and he meets the two goons, and we get a solo Robin fight scene, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, and he holds his own for like a little bit.
Yeah, he does get overwhelmed by the two guys.
Yeah. Uh I thought it was interesting, like Batman Batman was very hesitant to let Robin go alone, but
Yeah,
Robin was kind of like begging Batman.
yeah. It's just like seeds of Nightwing happening.
Yeah.
They won't let me be my own guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who knew that they thought this far ahead, like 18 years before Nightwing hits the comics?
I want to say Nightwing was late 80s, right?
Yeah, like mid to late.
Yeah. I don't have it offhand. I just know that's when that book was New Teen Titans was running.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have the first Nightwing appearance.
Oh, I know I do. It's during the Judas contract. So, like, listen, we talk about you being a David Lynch fan. The new Teen Titans is like one of my favorite comics of all time.
Hell yeah.
That Wolfman
It's
Perez run's awesome.
it's really good.
Yeah.
I haven't read all of it. I have the Judas contract issues. I
Probably
have
Terror of Trigon.
no, I don't have that. I have like after that, I have just like random issues here and there.
Okay. Those are like the two big stories that came out of it.
Yeah. Very cool. I love that Teen Titans era.
It's the best
Is
Teen
Teen
Titans
Titans
era.
has to still be a book. Is that a book that comes out?
Yeah, like well, there's about to be a new Titans book. Because in the event, like the aftermath of the last DC event, the Justice League or Dark Crisis Infinite Earths, the Justice League's not a thing, and the Titans are now like the premier superhero league.
Oh whoa.
So yeah, so like Dick Grayson's leading them, and it's the classic team of Starfire, Wally, Donna, Raven, Cyborg, and Beast Boy, who should just be Beast Man by now.
Yeah, yeah, he maybe should
Should have just
consider
went back to
leaving.
Changeling or something, but I think that's cool. I mean, several of those characters have been Justice League members before, so it makes sense. But I like Dick Grayson in the DCU. Like he's a different energy than Batman. He's not just Bat like Batman without the Bat theme.
No, yeah, he's great. Huh. Interesting. Maybe I'll try out a DC comic.
The Nightwing book has been really good for a while.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that. There's the Batgirls book. I think the art looks really cool.
I know that just got canceled, so it's going to be ending soon. But
Of
you
course.
can get the trades and pick it up that way.
Yeah. I'll probably just get a DC Universe app for a month or two and
Yeah,
then
just read them and be done with it.
yeah.
So you might as well wait till it's finished. I mean that isn't surprising. Batgirl in general never usually sells that well, and there's like 5 billion Bat titles, so it's like you kind of need to. They have too many, in my opinion, but that's a whole different conversation.
That is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, back to 1966.
Mm-hmm.
Robin is captured, but he uses some quick thinking because the Riddler's like, "Oh, you're alive? Is Batman alive?"
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, on the fly, he's like, "No, you've killed him. I'm gonna get revenge."
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like it's
that
pretty
was
believable.
yeah, and like that makes sense. Like the two of them didn't talk about that ahead of time. So that was good, quick thinking on Robin's part. Like, Robin could be like a good Batman replacement in this world. Like once he's a little bit older.
Yeah. Outside, Batman knows something's wrong.
It's been too long since he heard from Robin.
Yeah. He starts looking for another way in. He gets in the Batmobile and calls for backup.
Yeah, yeah. He calls Gordon to send. He's like, "I'm at the museum. Send your officers. Robin's in trouble. I'm going in."
Yeah. He there's a gate back behind the museum, like in the loading docks, and
Yeah,
we get the new device for the Batmobile.
yeah. The Bat Ram. Which, if you paid attention last episode, you'd see it underneath the Batmobile because it kind of comes out from the bottom and flips out the front. So it's kind of a little battering ram, so you can just drive through stuff.
Yeah, that's very cool.
I did write that I think it looked a little comically small, but But yeah, Batman just drives into the building. He just smashes his way in.
Yeah,
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, you know.
sometimes you do.
But didn't like a couple episodes ago, he used a laser to like blow up a door.
Was
Like,
that the Catwoman episode or
yeah,
something?
because remember they're like it's gonna be booby trapped, and they just zapped it.
Huh. uh Riddler and his gang has found the sarcophagus.
Oh yeah, the gang bring the two goons bring in Robin and they put him on the rack and like
Oh
stretch.
yeah, that's right. They did put
Yeah,
him in the rack. Uh they find the sarcophagus, and yeah, it looks like they've won, except as they're all huddled over the sarcophagus, a shadow appears on the wall in front of them.
oh
And
no,
this is I think this is the coolest application of this so far.
I think so too. Because so far it's been kind of silly when they've done it.
Yeah, but this
Yeah,
looks really cool.
yeah. Because especially I think it's because they think Batman's dead, and then all of a sudden like he's casting a giant bat shadow across them. And you
Yeah,
know they're being superstitious and cowardly lots. So
yeah. It's it's cool. Yeah, the shadow of a bat appears on the wall. They turn around, Batman's alive.
yeah, because I think yeah, they just started setting up their solvent on the box containing the sarcophagus. I think he set a candle on it, so it's starting to melt. And then the sarcophagus says, "Don't expose the air, so it'll ruin the mummy." And that's like the ticking clock Batman needs to solve.
Yeah, because or else there's an international incident.
Well, yeah, our friends from down south, which again, the Incas are from like South America, and like there's the lost treasure Incas is a Peruvian thing, so we're led to believe maybe it's Peru.
Yeah, I think it's implied it's Peru.
Yeah,
Yeah, we get a fight scene.
yeah. Batman
Uh,
just starts clobbering everybody.
yeah, Moth gets thrown into the what is it called? The maiden's bathtub or something?
So she doesn't get thrown into it. Apparently on Facebook, the actress, like obviously years later, said she told the Riddler crime doesn't pay and went to like escape, but then she tripped, and then she just was just like well and went into the bathtub, and then director liked it so they kept it so Batman like locks her in it.
Cool.
Apparently she was just supposed to get out. Oh my god! I just realized her name's Moth and like her weird cape thing around her arms kind of looks like wings.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's like
I
her
didn't. I
costume.
just put that together. I just thought
Yeah.
it was like weird '60s fashion.
It could be, but she's definitely supposed to be like a character, like a
Yeah,
moth.
because like Mousy didn't look like a mouse, you know. Some of
Yeah.
the other river rats had like rat like mustaches and stuff, but
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. She should be Killer Moth.
yeah.
Uh, do you want to know one other weird piece of trivia about the actress for Moth?
No, what's that?
She's like the heiress to the like Scott tissue paper company.
Really, my tissue paper company?
Yeah, to your tissue paper.
That's pretty weird and random.
Yeah, it's just so random.
Hey, that's fine.
Anyway, yeah, one of the goons gets locked in the iron mask.
Yeah, Batman puts one in the stocks, and then oh, I loved when he like beat Riddler. He's got him by like the fingers, and is like Riddler's begging him for mercy and stuff. And like it made this episode like from the shadow of the bat to the end of this Batman actually seems very intimidating.
Yeah,
Normally he doesn't. Yeah,
he was pretty brutal. Maybe it's because they had Robin.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, he beats the goons and like traps them in the different torture devices and then stops the solvent.
yeah.
And Riddler sneaks behind him, like trying to bash his brains in with
Oh yeah, he
this.
gets a sword. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's really fake looking, but It's
Yeah,
the logic of this. It's a real sword. It looks
yeah.
like it's made of cardboard.
Like, yeah, on the modern TVs, it looks nothing like a sword.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's like bending his fingers back, asking for mercy.
Yeah, and Batman basically threatens him, like, you'll get that after you spend your time. Maybe you'll become a productive member of society or whatever. Like, he's still giving his, like, ultra, like, goody two shoes Batman speech, but, like, in a super intimidating way. And, like, he's clearly causing this dude a lot of pain and is putting him on a torture rack. And then
Yeah,
he spins it too, doesn't he?
yep.
Yeah.
He gives him a spin, and then the cops show up.
Yeah. Apparently, Chief O'Hara went to the wrong museum. He went to the wax museum, which Batman's like, fair. I can see why you thought that because there things were already taking place there.
Yeah, exactly.
But I did think this funny as he's getting Robin like untied. They like are talking in front of the goons and everyone and talking about Aunt Harriet. Like that's pretty dumb of them.
Yeah, very dumb. Especially since Robin was on TV negotiating for the safety of Aunt Harriet.
Oh yeah, a woman named Harriet.
Yeah,
What's her last name? I know they said it.
Cooper.
Cooper, that's what it is. Because I know it's not Grayson.
Yeah,
So it must be his mother's sister.
Special Agent Harriet Cooper.
Yo, what if that's a twist we find out later?
Dude, I would lose my mind.
She's like a government plant to keep an eye on Batman.
Yeah, to make sure he doesn't use that atomic
He doesn't go to the
reactor.
bad side, you know?
Yeah,
That would explain why she keeps falling for all these dumb ruses.
yeah. She's the one doing the rusing.
Yeah. Oh my god, I think we got our episode written.
Oh yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah.
Uh, as they take Moth away, she talks about how she regrets everything.
Yeah.
Batman says it's a little too late for that. A moth that plays around with candles is bound to get burned.
Mm-hmm. This Batman's the coolest.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, the day is saved, and Batman, Robin, and well, excuse me,
Yeah.
Stick and Aunt Harriet decide to visit the Inca Museum.
Yeah, they come to the Inca exhibit like, in the next couple of days. And they see the sarcophagus or the mummy that they found.
Yeah, and Bruce talks about all the things that Americans have gotten from the Incas.
Yeah.
Uh and I feel like so he's like, oh yeah, we've gotten the white potato and different kinds of corn from them. But
Yeah.
also like I feel like the Inca society was like super scientifically advanced.
Yeah, they had lots of like mathematics and stuff. We also like there was a lot more contributions to that, but like a lot of like staple foods that like you think you associate with like Europeans came from the Americas. Like I like potatoes aren't from Ireland, they're from the Americas.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
we learned something today.
Yeah.
Bruce sends us off with like he's almost like winking at the camera.
Yeah, almost like this is a Superman movie.
Yeah. He's just like, oh yeah, this was almost close to turning to dust, he says.
Yeah.
That's our episode.
Yeah, what did you think overall?
Uh I liked it.
I didn't dislike it. I think this is my least favorite of the Riddler episodes so far.
I guess I could say that, but it's like almost as good. I
I mean,
think it gets off to a rocky start.
yeah, it's got a lot of elements I like in it, but like it doesn't come together completely for me personally. It had a lot of cool things we haven't seen before. Like I said, Robin solo stuff was cool. Like a new Batmobile thing is cool. Frank Gorshin is an insane performance again.
Yeah, he's so good at what he does.
Yeah, he's so good. I want to see him as a different villain. you know. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, what did you think of his plan? Where would you rate that?
It's a good question, Scott. What would I rate his plan?
Because I'm not sure exactly where I fall. I don't think I would do a 3. But I don't think it's a 1. I guess it would be a 2 then, but
Well, let's think about this. So give me a second to open. Why can't I open this?
what are you trying to open?
Batcast drive?
Okay. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to see.
Okay. All right, I'm in. It just keeps like checking a box instead of letting me in, but I got it. All right. Let's take a look at who we've given 3s to. So the Penguin's running on all 3s right now.
Nice.
Zelda and the Joker each have a 3. And the Riddler's last plan was a 3.
Yeah, I don't think this is as good as Riddler's last plan.
I mean, as far as a plan goes,
I guess this was a lot more simple than his usually go.
I mean,
I think his international incident is more incidental in this one.
very much so.
Yeah.
His like big score. I mean, I feel like Batman says in the episode it only adds up to like $1 million approximately.
Which like Mad Hatter almost had $1 million,
Yeah. But I do like how he would like used the riddle involving the wax museum to like trick Batman and Robin.
And he did catch them. His only problem, the only reasons he didn't kill him is he let like a Windows crack have light come in, and with the fumes and stuff, they had to go away. They really should have just murdered them.
Yeah, that's all these villains. Just
Well,
like
I'm not
take out
trying.
your gun.
I know I'm not trying, and I'm not trying to hold against. Like I like that the henchman called out the Riddler leaving riddles for the cops, but like that's the thing the Riddler is. Like I can't hold that against him. Do you know what I mean? Like otherwise, he's not the Riddler.
Yeah. God, that was great.
Yeah. Especially since he doesn't have regular characters he interacts with. They're always like a weird themed gang that he just kind of supersedes.
Yeah, these are like maybe the most normal.
Yeah, I was gonna say the most boring. They're okay, like they're fine. But like the other guys are a little more like they've been a little more goofy, or at least there has been more of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm good with the 2. I think it's fine. 2's fine.
You think it's a 2?
I think it's
Well,
a 2.
I was trying to debate like why not a 3?
Yeah, I guess I don't really have a good excuse for why not a 3. I see, because I'm thinking like why a 3? Like I don't feel like it gets that high. I don't think this was a super challenging thing for the Batman and Robin.
Yeah, like Batman, they were right behind them every step of the way, pretty much.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they weren't really on the back foot. In fact, they had the advantage at one point when they thought that they were dead.
Yes. All right. Yeah, a 2 it is.
Yeah, because at least in like Penguin's plans, like they were confuddled at some point. Like you remember when he was like trying to do the thing where like he's getting Batman and Robin to sort of solve his plans, his crimes for him. They're like they didn't have that figured out yet. They're like, what's going on with this weird umbrella? Or like they couldn't make it through like his like weird mind games with like turning the police against them and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like to me, that's what separates a 3 from a 2. That kind of stuff. Which is why the 2 Penguin stories we had, I think, have those 2 threes.
Cool. I'm
Does that
into
make
it.
sense?
Yeah, for sure.
And again, these aren't like a rating on like how much we enjoy these episodes or these villains or anything like that. We're trying to decide we're trying to figure out who Batman's arch villain is in this series. Because most
Yeah.
other iterations of Batman, like you kind of have their like big defining villain.
Yes, and it's almost usually the Joker.
Yeah. But I don't think off the bat like it is the Joker in this one. Like this, I think this Batman's got a more well-rounded rogues gallery.
Yeah,
Compared to
definitely.
other versions of Batman.
Yeah.
So
All
yeah,
right.
that's part of the experiment for this.
So we get a little stinger at the end of the episode. Next week we're facing off with the Joker. Although we've been lied to before.
It has happened before. I do think the next episode is Joker trumps an ace, though.
Gotcha.
Which has Joker in the title, so I assume it's him.
Yeah. What if it's just like,
It's like Bookworm or something.
yeah, and he's like gamble. It's like some gambling ring.
That would be really funny. It's like the Royal Flesh Gang.
That would be really cool.
I don't think they were a thing yet in the comics.
Yeah, I'm not sure when they got started,
Yeah.
but we could quickly see. Oh, March 1966.
Oh wow. So they might have been too new.
And they first appeared in the Justice League.
Okay, so they weren't like a Batman thing yet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. That's cool.
It is pretty cool. I'm into it. All right. We got anything else today?
I don't know. That's it for us.
Anything you need to plug?
Yeah, we got a free comic book day coming up at Level Up Entertainment. I'm not sure when this episode's coming up. I believe it will still be before then. So on May 6th, come out. It's giant size free comic book day. I'm trying to make this one bigger and better. I've got we got Natasha Allegri, creator of Bee and Puppy Cat, and Fiona and Cake is going to be there. We're going to have we're having charity raffles. We're having pinball tournament, having board gaming. There's going to be sales and tons of artists and vendors. A live performance by the video game cover band Super Thrash Brothers. Costume contest with cash prizes. Lots of cool stuff happening. You can see everything on our website, levelupentertainment.com/FCBD. You can see everything that's going on there, and we may or may not have more stuff to announce as this month rolls on. So that will be where all of the current information currently is.
Yeah. And swing by and say hi to Kayla, who's been on our both holiday special episodes. She's going to be there vending for our little screen printing company, Speech Bubble Apparel.
Yeah, and they'll have some of the free comics too. They're going to have the Archie Comics Presents Horror Stories comic.
Yeah, of course we got to get Archie. And yeah, we're going to try to have some Batman 66 bootleg, of course, merchandise. So
yeah,
unless you're a DC lawyer, please swing by the table.
Yeah, so DC lawyer might have problems with the rest of this podcast too, but
if you're a DC lawyer, consider
leaving us alone.
Consider getting fucked. Yeah. Well, with that, I hope you all I bid you all a good day, and we'll catch you here. Same Batcast time, same Batcast channel.